welcome to this video. Today I'm going to talk about the difficult experience that we all have to go through if we are in a fertility treatment. You probably know that if you are in a fertility treatment, there are lots of doctor's appointments that you have to go through, and sometimes it can be very stressful to be in a waiting room at your gynecologist together with a lot of pregnant women that are all anticipating their next ultrasound scan and maybe talking about what's happening next in their pregnancy. So this can be the loneliest place on the planet if you have to spend a lot of time in a waiting room. Even worse, if you have just suffered a miscarriage and you have to go to see your doctor for a checkup and you sit in a waiting room with all the pregnant women, this can be a very stressful experience. So here I have a few recommendations for you on how to avoid that. Number one, make an appointment as the first patient in the morning or the first patient after lunch. Then it's very unlikely that there's going to be a lot of people in the waiting room because there is no kind of traffic jam of patients. So you can avoid having lots of people. Recommendation number two, just sit outside the waiting room. In many practices, there is 1 or 2 chairs available in the corridor, so you can sit there and avoid to listen to all the conversations in the waiting room. Recommendation number 3, you can wait in a cafe nearby and you can just call and ask how long it will possibly take until it's your turn. So if the patient before you is already in, you can come in the last minute and you don't have to listen to all the conversations. Number 3, if you really cannot avoid it to spend some time in a waiting room, make sure you think of an occupation before you actually get there. So this could be having your earpods ready and listen to a podcast, or you have some kind of visual entertainment, solving a crossword or bringing along a book. So you want to avoid that you just have to sit there and there's nothing to do and you would have to look at all the happy couples sitting there, and then you start having your thoughts that you don't want to have. In a fertility treatment, unfortunately, we often face negative results as well, or we have to deal with negative information. So this might be the answer that the cycle has not been successful, or our blood work is not as we want it to be, etc., etc. So for many appointments, we don't know how they're going to end up and what perspective we're going to have after the visit. So this is why it's very important that you also have an activity planned right after the meeting. What you want to avoid is that you come out to the street, maybe in a local shopping street, and you just want to burst in tears because you don't know where to go or how to process the information that you just received. So I recommend, if you have stressful appointments coming up, make sure that you have an activity planned right afterwards. This could be meeting up with a friend with whom you could talk about the situation, or any other activity that sort of keeps you busy for a moment so you can take your time and process the information and you're not alone in the void once you come out of the treatment. Of course, there are treatments where we can sometimes also not bring the partner depending on when they happen during the day. So if you are all by yourself, make sure that you have some kind of follow-up activity that's carrying you and you can take time to process. I would be happy to receive your comments if you made similar experiences, and give it a thumbs up if you liked it. If you have to prepare for a very particular treatment where you would like my support, I'm happy to help you with individual strategies that prepare you in the best possible way to get over situations like this. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video, and I wish you all the best for your journey.